Pag nakita kita sa TV, para akong nakakita ng tae ng iro. Para akong nakakita ng tae ng aso.
Malacanang also insists that the progressive House lawmakers have been lying all along.
Kung ikaw ay member ng CPP, bakit hindi pa nila i-renounce yung use of arms? Let's be honest. Tigil na yan na nagsisinungaling pa sila na red tagging. Red naman talaga sila.
Zarate notes that the president's remarks were just part of a diversionary tactic. The lawmaker says the government is trying to cover up its failure to address the COVID-19 pandemic and recent calamities.
So itong lahat sa tingin namin ay pagtatakip lamang sa incompetence at sa malubhang problema pa rin sa ating bayan ngayon.
For another Bayan Muna Solon, Ferdy Gaite, Duterte is creating his own ghost as he denies anew they are linked to the New People's Army. Gaite adds that the chief executive's ire is just a proof that providing aid to the Filipino people is not his priority. Gabriela Representative Arlene Brosas agrees, saying that the tirades against the Makabayan bloc is just a pathetic ploy. For News 5, Maricel Halili, We Are One News.
President Duterte has decided to not ease quarantine restrictions ahead of the holiday season. The NCR, as well as the provinces of Batangas, Lanao del Sur, Davao del Norte, and the cities of Iloilo, Tacloban, Iligan, and Davao will all still be under GCQ until December 31. The rest of the country will remain under the most lenient, modified GCQ. This decision comes as experts warn that the COVID-19 reproduction rate in the country is nearing the 1.0 threshold. Dr. Guido David of the UP Octa research team explains that this could be the start of the so-called unflattening of the curve.
It's worrisome because there is a margin of error for the reproduction number, and 0.9 is cutting it too close. And right now, we might be in the same situation as last May.
Nearly 1,300 new COVID-19 cases were reported today, pushing the country's total caseload to above 432,000. The province of Ilocos Norte recorded 84 fresh infections. That is the highest in the last 24 hours. The virus killed 27 more patients overnight, pushing the death toll to around 8,400. Meanwhile, some 398,000 have gotten better from the disease after 135 new recoveries were reported today. The health department is flagging the decline in the number of people who are getting tested for HIV and AIDS during the lockdown. For the details, Greg Gregorio joins us live from Mandaluyong City. Hi, Greg. What did the experts say? What happened?
Yes, Sean, according to the experts, aside from the COVID-19 pandemic, we are also facing another threat, and that is the human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV, which causes AIDS. According to the latest DOH data, 21 individuals test positive for HIV in the country on a daily basis. With this, Secretary Francisco Duque III says the health threat requires a whole-of-government approach. Duque stresses the need for continuous HIV and AIDS-related services that are accessible for the public. Aside from addressing conditions that aggravate its spread, the provision of antiretroviral drugs is important. The medications help persons living with HIV to manage the infection in their body in the absence of a proven cure. Since 1984, over 81,000 Filipinos have been diagnosed with HIV, some 45,000 of whom are undergoing antiretroviral treatment. House Committee on Health Vice Chair Michael Defensor expresses concerns on the decreasing testing turnout. Defensor noted that the reported HIV cases from January to September this year is 42% lower than of 2019. While this could be a good thing, it could also be attributed to fewer individuals going out to get tested. The lawmaker notes that the COVID-19 pandemic is possibly derailing the country's fight against HIV and AIDS, but he assures the public that there is enough supply of antiretroviral drugs for those dealing with the disease. Let's hear what Defensor had to say regarding this issue.
Understandable kasi syempre walang lumalabas, hindi sila nagpapacheck. But at the same time, may danger din kasi tingin ko definitely may effect yung lockdown. may effect yung hindi pagpunta ng mga tao sa ospital.
Sean, on World AIDS Day, authorities advise the public not to be hesitant to contact or visit their local health centers and nearby treatment centers for possible testing. This asks to give necessary medical attention immediately. Sean?
Right, thanks for that update, Greg Gregorio, reporting to us live from Mandaluyong City. We'll be back with more stories after this short break. Keep it here on One News. You are still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. It is day one of the mandatory implementation of cashless transactions in expressways. Gerard De La Peña joins us live from Balintawak to give us the details on day one. Gerard, what do motorists have to say on the new policy?
Well, Sean, heavy traffic greeted thousands of motorists on the first day of the implementation of the mandatory use of cashless modes of payment at the country's expressways. Here at the NLEX, the traffic was so heavy that the NLEX management was forced to open 7 cash lanes. Take note of that, 7 cash lanes at the Bukawi Toll Plaza just to facilitate the flow of traffic this morning. The heavy traffic was partly brought by motorists lining up for RFID installation at designated lanes. Some were having their accounts reloaded. The Toll Regulatory Board also attributed the traffic to the influx of returnees to Metro Manila from the provinces following the long weekend. The board is once again reminding the public that there is no deadline for the RFID installation and that apprehensions will begin on January 12. The December 1 deadline, reiterated, is just for the rollout of cashless tollway transactions. For its part, the San Miguel Corporation has appealed to the Transportation Department to move the said deadline to February for the sake of those scrambling to claim their RFID stickers. Sean, the Toll Regulatory Board will conduct an assessment of what transpired today, the first day, and it said that it also noted that the traffic could just be part of the what we call birth pains, and it also assured the public that adjustments will be made if necessary. And Sean, if I may just add, here at the Balintawak Toll Plaza, the rightmost lane here, or lane 17, is now accepting cash payments, but after passing through that lane, motorists will be advised to have their RFID stickers installed past the toll gate. Sean.
All right, lane number 17 still takes cash. Thank you for that update, Gerard de la Peña, joining us live from Balintawak. And Philippine Airlines has launched its own RT-PCR testing for passengers of domestic and international flights. Swab test results from its site in Ermita, Manila will be released in 12 to 24 hours. PAL ticket holders get a 500 peso discount from the regular rate of 4,500 pesos. Passengers will also be asked to present an ID as well as a QR code indicating the completion of their PAL passenger profile and health declaration form. Both drive-through and walk-in services are offered. In related news, the Tourism Department recently announced that it is coordinating with other Southeast Asian countries on the creation of travel bubbles. More domestic tourist spots have also reopened, including Siargao, Baguio, Boracay, and La Union. And the government's Disaster Coordinating Council is urging residents and LGUs to be alert for possible flooding and landslides. The NDRRMC says that the tail end of a frontal system, the hanging amihan or northeast monsoon, and a new low-pressure area are currently affecting most of Luzon. Rains are expected over Cagayan, Isabela, Aurora, Marinduque, Mindoro, Romblon, as well as in the Cordilleras, Calabarzon, and Bicol regions. Pagasa's forecast shows the LPA near eastern Samar moving closer to eastern Visayas and the Bicol region. However, the State Weather Bureau says that it is not likely to intensify into a tropical depression within the next 24 hours. Cagayanons, who have yet to recover from the onslaught of previous typhoons, are bracing for the possibility of even more flooding. Officials are keeping a close eye on the water level of the Cagayan River, which could rise again in the next few days from continuous rains. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.